Wanted to show you this Bowie knife. Now this is for Neil. Neil ordered this off me, and it's kind of a replica of one I did, I think about 2015, something like that. Neil had seen the video, wanted a knife just the same, so that is what I've attempted to do. And it's again a walnut handle with that with that tool sheath. Neil, if you're watching, hope you like it, mate. And it's just razor sharp like the last one. It's just cut me. Little swine. And there it is, just like the last one, with the walnut handle, that beautiful guard, an unsharpened little swedge on the front there, and an edge like a razor blade. Absolutely really comfortable, positive grip on the handle. Again, great for choking up on, getting right up to the front. It's really a lovely knife. I really like the wood on this. It's gorgeous. Really like that walnut. Just needs a couple more coats of wax. This, and then it's on its way to you, Neil. I do like making Bowie knives. Don't like making sheaths. I have now discovered that from making this sheath. It's a lot of, just so much, it's just the stitching I don't like, and all the stacking on the side, you know, all that stacking up of all that leather and all the gluing and waiting around for it to dry and stuff. So another one which is now in my range, and this knife will be on my website. It's for sale, and this is my little camp knife, and this is witch elm, this knife, with some buffalo horn, and it's in 4mm 01 steel, and it's got a high Scandi grind. Again, it's just a razor sharp edge on it. Brass pins and a little lanyard tube, and some black liners on there. It's on my website for anyone who wants a real cute, just great little camp knife. Get right up close, that lovely little tool for carving. If you want to make yourself a little meerkat, a meerkat. My girlfriend said she wanted a meerkat when she was watching the TV commercial, so I made her one. Whoops, meerkat, stay there, mate. Oh, guy came for a project, and it was probably in I think it was 1915. I could be wrong there, but it was a bayonet. An English bayonet, and it was the knife, the bayonet itself was just mashed and mangled. The front, I've cut 3 inches off this, and it was just chewed to hell, and I think it had probably been used in a fire or something because the steel was so soft. I literally, you know, you could just bend it with your fingers. So anyway, he's a serving soldier, and he wanted me to make him a dagger out the knife, so that's what I've done. So he's going to put the scales on that, and I guess use it when he gets deployed. And a camp knife. Now, what have I been up to this week? I've been cleaning up some bone. Yeah, this was a big lump of old camel bone. Is it that way? That's the one, isn't it? Yeah, so we've cleaned this guy up. I'll show you in a video how I clean my bone up, but sterile, beautifully clean, smells of nothing. And this is for my knives, obviously. This is some just beef bone, cow bone. They're from the butchers. Again, all been cleaned up, dried, sterilised. And this stuff is, you know, this stuff is expensive. And you can never ever get the pieces and sizes you want. So you're as well doing it yourself, because there's very little effort involved. Now I've got this week, what I'm going to do in this next week is, I've got a W2 blade there, an old knife I made a while ago. I didn't really like it when it was finished, but I've been using it as a test blade for certain things, and it's in W2. And what I'm going to do, because I am about to finally quench the katana. The katana's clayed up and ready to quench. It's been normalised. A little bit of anti-scale missing off there, just wants touching up, but it's been laying around. I don't even know how long ago it was that I started this blade. You maybe seen some of the video on it. I can't remember if I've done a full video on it. I'm sure I have. But anyway, finally ready to quench that. And what I want to do, I know it's probably suicidal, but I want to do a partial water quench on this and then into oil. So what I'm going to do, a piece of W2 there, about the same thickness as this katana now, maybe slightly thinner. So this next couple of days I'm going to quench that in brine, hot brine, 3 seconds in hot brine, and then into the oil. Then I'm going to have a good look at it, clean and polish, and just see if I can absolutely pull the most out of this hamon for this katana. I know quenching W2 in water is going to give you the best effect on a hamon, and that's what I'm after on this katana. So I'm going to try it on this first. I'm going to normalise it. It needs normalising. It needs the grain structure refining, ready for the quench for a good hamon. And then I'll clay it up and I'll quench it. I'll probably do that tomorrow, I think. Also, a little folder on the go here for a good friend of mine. And there is two pieces of twisted billet, which are going to go into the making of a knife. They want welding together so the twists form like a chevron pattern. So they're going to be welded together, and they are going to go into the centre of a knife as a 5 billet knife. So that will be formed into one. There'll be another 4 billets around this. Some laminations and various other things. That knife's coming up very soon, very soon. Okay, and it's Groundhog Day because I've got another lathe and I don't know what to do with it, whether to bother doing it up or whether to just kind of clean it up and leave it as it is. But it's a shame to let it go to the scrap. I'm expecting any day a Myford lathe to come its way to me. It's hopefully arriving this week. I have no idea what model of Myford it is, not a clue. I just know it's a Myford lathe. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that lathe is and how capable it is and what sort of condition it's in. Because I may well part company with the Boxford if the Myford's up to it, and just use the Myford. So I'll show you the old lathe. So this is it, and it's in real cruddy condition, but I've had it soaking in diesel and WD and all kinds of things. It's a cute little lathe, and I'm thinking it's maybe some kind of watchmaker's lathe, I don't know. Overall it's 21 inches in length, and above the bed to the centre is only 1.5 inches. and that's without any kind of block on there. So I don't know, it's all freed up now, everything's working and running. Tailstock moves, well the tailstock does move up and down. Yeah, the tailstock is free. The chuck works. The compound slide works fine in both directions. And it's, you know, for such an old thing in such a cruddy state, it is tight as a drum. Everything is really tight on it. There's no play in any of the jibs, nothing. It's got a little 4-jaw chuck on it, which I've managed to get off. It's not self-centering chuck. You just wind all them down. The chuck does needs to come apart and be cleaned, but it's fully working. And that's the drive. So I'm figuring there must be some kind of lever that just that's missing off there to kind of disengage the drive. There is a pulley system here for this. I would assume the motor connects onto there, and then we've got the pulley there. So I'm not sure which way around that goes. It's either that way or that way, guys. But if I was to get this up and running, I'd connect it to a VFD anyway, 3-phase and VFD, just for the speed control on it. But I don't know, guys, I can't find a maker's name on it. There's something there which I'm not sure what that is. It kind of looks like a load of weld or gunk has been put on top of that. I don't know. Is that a maker's mark? I'm not sure. Just not sure. I can't find any other names or writing on it anywhere. So if anyone knows what that is, perhaps they can tell me. So that's it, fellas. Thanks for tuning in. I'll get some more videos up this week now. Can't wait to get in the shop. I've not really had much time this past couple of weeks. I've just been so busy doing other things, you know, working out. Just finished some work at my daughter's house for her today, so back in the shop now. Yeah, time to get the forge fired up and get that big beautiful press squashing. I've got the feather pattern billet there, what's left of it, and I'm going to draw that out. I'm going to, in my arm's still not right. I've still got a freaking painful elbow, but I'm going to try and do some hammering on that when the forge is lit tomorrow. I'll see how much I can get done before my elbow packs in, starts giving me jip, and if I can manage to open that up a bit with the hammer on the anvil, then I'll try it on the press. Guys, thank you, see you soon. Thanks to my patrons and thanks to all my subscribers. Right guys.